The U.S. military recently purchased a massive new surveillance program that could give them access to everything that's online. Well, you know what? Let me tell you about when I saw this story. I have been doing some reading that it really is troubling to me. And it's troubling because the millennials don't seem to give a damn whether they're being monitored or not. I mean, if you take a division in age groups, baby boomers, yes, they don't like it. Older baby boomers, yes, they don't like it even more. Millennials, maybe Xers and millennials, they think about it differently. They think it's just a cost of doing business so they can have access to the stuff they want.
Right. A lot of them have the mentality, well, I'm not doing anything wrong, so what does it matter? Forget civil liberties, forget all of that. You can have my data. It doesn't matter. It's not important.
It's amazing,
and we should be terrified that the United States military has bought this program. Augury is what it's called.
Yes, yeah.
And they can use this. They can just pay, and the company will hand them over data, email activity, website activity, cookie data that is on their computers. It lets them know every single thing an individual has done. And Augury was basically started for corporations.
Yeah. Have you ever even heard of Motherboard?
A little bit.
Okay.
A little bit.
I had not really heard. I knew that they had organizations, but Motherboard apparently is the king of this process. Scrape and sell, right?
Yeah. And so, again, this was started for corporations so they can get your data and target you with ads and sell you stuff. And the military saw the application of that. They said, well, wait a minute. If you know what websites this person's going to, you know who they're emailing and what they're saying in the email, maybe we should have that. Maybe we need to know that, so we can track the hackers, they say. We got to make sure we're cutting down on cybercrime. So NCIS is actually the big military organization that is buying this left and right. And the scariest part...
With no warrants.
Exactly.
It's completely warrantless searches. Now, again, let me come back to the basic concept that just should startle everybody, including millennials if you're a millennial. And that is that they're willing to trade off this right to privacy because the internet has functions that they want.
Yeah.
In other words, I want this and I want it so bad, I'm willing to let you into every little secret of my life, my home, whatever, my job, whatever I do. You can have it, no problem, because I'm not worried about it. And then the second thing is they've always assumed, they've come up, it's a generation that's come up and has always assumed that this just goes on. Yeah, when I go into that world, this is going to go on, so what do I have to complain about, right?
Well, and another scary part of this too is that this is the government's way of getting around the whole I need to have a warrant, which means I have to have probable cause.
Right.
Now it's the same data where 5 years ago you would have to have a warrant.
Yeah.
But now they go to Augury and they say, hey, I got $1,000 here. Give me some data.
What are you an Xer?
No, I'm on the upper end of the millennials.
Okay. Did you have to take civics in school? Did they teach civics?
We did a little bit.
Okay. Did they
mostly economics?
Did they teach history about what happens when this goes bad? I'm curious about it because when I was coming up, that was a big deal. You took civics and it was a big deal, and they talked about things like right to privacy. They talked about the Fourth Amendment. They talked about searches and seizures and warrantless searches. It was a big deal. Did they not do that when you were coming up?
No, really they did not. Our history classes kind of ended right at the end of World War II. We dropped the bomb, we win, that's it. You're good to go graduate now. But I do want to point something else out here because this is actually truly terrifying here because we have...
The whole story's terrifying.
Well, yes.
But if you think it's particularly terrifying, that's terrifying to me.
You've got the CEO of the company, Rabbi Rob Thomas. He's the CEO that makes Augury.
Okay.
He also sits on the board of the Tor software project. And Tor is a online tool that allows you to basically not be tracked and not be searched.
Okay.
So this guy has created the disease while also selling the cure for it.
Oh my God.
Rabbi Rob Thomas is who it is.
Rabbi Rob Thomas. Okay. Well, anyway, this only gets worse before it gets better because when you have a generation that doesn't care, I mean, if you say, I don't care. This is worth it to me. All this stuff I want, this is worth it to me. You know, you and I have been doing this together for 20 years. And the interesting thing is the age difference between me and you, the way we see it, the way I see it, the way you see it. So we most of the time merge on that. But I think about it when somebody sees a story like this, they go, well, I care. Well, and I'm a millennial. Well, that's not what the numbers say.
Yeah.
That's not what the statistics say.
Well, and that's not what the actions say either.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
you know, Facebook's selling your biometric data. You're still putting your pictures up there every single day.
Yeah, I mean, I'm drinking a milkshake, whatever it is. You're there showing them what your life is. It doesn't seem to bother anybody.